Well, today is Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Mark, it's Christmas.
Yes, it is.
We made it.
Right. No, it's not Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Let's not
but
rush the event.
That's part of Christmas.
Okay, well, we're not going to rush the event.
Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are like the same.
No, that's not true.
How many?
We're already
48 hours.
We're already arguing in it. We haven't even
I don't
gotten
even
1
know
minute
what day it is anymore.
We haven't even got into. We're going to talk about all of these things today. And one of the things that we want to talk to you about today is what it's like, because these are questions that we've been asked quite a bit. What is it like to celebrate Christmas, to do the whole thing with a large family?
Yeah, I'm sure people could only imagine what it's like in our house on Christmas morning with 10 children.
Yes.
Because I'm sure.
Well, let's before we get into all that, because we don't want to reveal all that. This episode is brought to you by what?
Oh, it was sugar and spice and everything nice.
Yeah, this is a joke. That's a joke. Okay, anyway, that doesn't really mean anything.
We might get a sugar deal.
One day,
that would be amazing.
No, of all the deals we want is not sugar. Okay, Robert F. Kennedy,
Bring all the candy to me.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., we're not going for sugar.
Oh, I forgot, yeah.
We
have until January 20th.
Okay, we're getting way off topic. We'll talk about this in February. Okay, we are here to talk about Christmas. The most amazing holiday of the whole year. Would you agree?
It's pretty epic.
No. My question is, do you agree it's the best?
I'm more of a Thanksgiving girl.
Okay, that's... Seriously? You
Easter's
really like
a good one, too.
You like Thanksgiving over
I
Christmas?
do like Thanksgiving. You know why I like Thanksgiving? Because we're still with family and we're celebrating and we're eating, but there's not the stress of all the gift buying and all the presents. Although I love presents and I love giving presents, but
so I'm going to say
it's a couple. What is it? We're filming this the day before Christmas Eve, and I'm still Christmas shopping. So
no, we're filming this on Christmas Eve. That's what they understand.
That's what they think it is.
Yes, LeeAnn. Don't reveal the hidden tricks of podcasting.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So we are here.
Happy Christmas Eve.
We are here in. I'm going to bring us back on track. Okay,
you always do.
Okay, thank you. We're here in the lobby of our church, Southview Church, and we are here to record an episode. This is a bonus episode for those of you following along. Wow. And we are here to tell you and talk to you about Christmas. Although LeeAnn says it's her second favorite holiday, I think it's number one. And I love it for the other reason that, yes, we're with family, we eat good food, and we get gifts. I think that's all
pretty
important.
Cool.
And honestly, like Thanksgiving, good holiday, right? Pilgrims, all this kind of stuff. But it's about Jesus. That, to me, is the best reason why Christmas. And so, since you didn't say Christmas was your favorite holiday, you obviously don't love Jesus. Explain.
Well,
you love Jesus?
I love Jesus as a baby.
Okay.
But I like Jesus on the cross, too. So Easter's a good one.
Okay. We're getting off course. Let's go back to the topic at hand. LeeAnn, what is your favorite Christmas memory? Growing up,
one of my favorites was getting a Cabbage Patch. My mom and my aunt, they stood in line for hours when it was the Cabbage Patch craze. Yeah. I love that Cabbage Patch. I still remember the way it smells.
I was going to say they smelled like something, didn't they?
It was sweetness.
Was it like a factory in China? What was the smell?
No, actually, I think where is the Cabbage? It's like in Georgia or somewhere. I've never been, but I heard there's a Cabbage Patch factory somewhere around here. Like you can go visit it.
They don't make them anymore, do they?
I don't know, but that was my favorite. That was my favorite. And then I got a little matching diaper bag with Cabbage Patch. I think my mom still has it.
What was the name of your Cabbage Patch? Don't they come with names or something?
Yeah, and I never changed it. Mine was Herbert.
Herbert? That was a dude?
Yes.
Herbert. Wow.
I don't know why I didn't change it. I know, ridiculous.
Where's Herbert today? Do you know?
I'm not sure. It's a shame. Herbert's I loved him so much, and my mom probably got rid of him.
He's under the ground. Herbert, rest in peace. I remember. I was telling you the other day, like I can visually remember the house growing up. Now, you know, the difference between my family and your family is we were in the same house for 1,000 years.
Mark actually,
you lived in 1,000 houses.
He lived in the same house from the time he was born till the time he left to get married. He lived in the same exact house, which blows my mind.
Completely normal.
I, on the other hand, can't even keep track of how many houses we lived in
There's
growing
a lot
up.
of houses. When I was dating you, I felt like every week I had to make sure I knew where you were living, so I'd come pick you up at the right address. So I remember like walking through the hallways. My mom, I remember the decorations. Mm-hmm. My mom was this quintessential Italian mother who was all about traditions. And I'll never forget this one year. This is what I remember. I wanted a bike, right?
Okay.
And my parents had all the gifts and we opened them. I think my brother was born at that time. We're opening our gifts. Got no bike. And I thought to myself, son of a gun, I didn't get a bike. Now I was trying to fake it. Thanks, Dad, Mom, I love everything. My dad was like, hey, why don't you go take the wrapping paper out into the garage. Went into the garage. Bam, there was a bike. I'll never forget it.
That's the best.
They tricked me, and it was like so exciting.
When they can make the surprises, that's the best.
Yeah, and then the thing that happened in our house was after we did that, my grandparents came over, and they would bring more gifts. So like we got a lot of gifts. And then we had dinner. And for Italians, dinner was a big deal. We had some people call it escarole soup. That's what we called it, which
escarole.
Yeah, it was good. But some people call it Italian wedding soup. And we actually got the soup on Christmas. My mom made it like once or twice a year.
Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Oh, it was Christmas.
Okay.
We ate it. And that was a big deal. My aunt and uncle came over. My other aunt and uncle came over. And my mom was very, I don't know how you would call, I don't know what you would call her, but she wasn't quick-witted. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that called?
That's good. That's a good one.
So they would make jokes, and my mom would get them like 5-10 minutes later.
Right.
And I remember my uncle, her brother, would just laugh, and it was just so much fun, family, and we just celebrated Jesus and all that stuff. So just a lot of good memories.
Love it. That sounds
anything
great.
Else?
Not favorite. There's a lot of them. Obviously, I remember going to different. We traveled on Christmas, so we would go to. One side of the family one year, the other side of the family the next year. I just remember enjoying that, getting in the car, going. Actually, a lot of the Christmas songs, when I think about them, when I'm remembering them, I can picture myself in a car, like traveling and looking out the window, and it just brings back Christmas.
Yeah, it's so
memories.
funny. Like I think something about the holidays, memories, and we obviously have fond memories of the holidays. There's probably people listening to this that maybe don't. And, I think you can make your holidays obviously what you want, right? You have the opportunity.
Exactly.
To be around the right people. I think some of the greatest things about holidays is including others in them. I think that's the beauty of it, right? But for us, we're going to talk about the Rampulas. And I have some questions here that some people have given me to ask.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay. And you're going to answer them too.
Well, we'll see. Maybe. I don't, depending on how well you answer. So one of the questions, let me see, which is a good one. Okay. These are good questions. Okay, let's do this one first. What's your favorite family tradition that we do?
That we do? Okay.
Then I'll probably ask our kids.
Here's the thing. I love family traditions, and I love keeping family traditions. Okay. But the more and more I do traditions, the more and more I stop doing traditions, if that makes sense.
No, I don't understand that sentence.
I get overwhelmed with my traditions I've created.
Yeah, you put a lot of expectations. The tradition might only last 1 year, and then the next year you're like, I can't do this anymore, Mark. This is too much. But I love it. I want to do it. So there's so many, giving the kids a Christmas ornament every year. Yeah,
I want to do that because I want them to have ornaments when they leave the house to take to their tree.
Okay.
Christmas pajamas.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. Pause for a moment.
Every year.
Peyton, when's the last time you got a Christmas ornament?
Peyton.
How many years ago?
That was last year. I gave you an ornament last year, okay? There might not be one coming this year.
She don't even remember. Here's the other question. Sweetie, I have a question for you. How will they even know which one is their ornament?
It doesn't even matter. Okay. Just take some off the tree. Okay. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Whatever. So and I do write on there. That's right, Peyton. Thank you. I do put their initial on the ornament so that they remember. Thank you, Peyton.
Okay. That's good.
And then Christmas PJs. I mean, I try to keep up. It's hard to find matching PJs for 10 children. So that one, I'm like, just put on red, everybody. And
I don't think our 22-year-old son wants to wear Christmas PJs.
Well, he sometimes.
No.
And then I started a new tradition probably 3, maybe 4 Christmases ago.
Okay.
And I have the older kids, all the kids exchange names.
Okay.
And then on Christmas Eve morning, so this morning we did this, we have breakfast and the kids exchange with each other. Now the point is I hope they carry this on when they get older, but I want them to be able to get in the habit of giving. And so we have entered a season where the older ones use their own money and buy their siblings.
Oh, do they? Wait,
gift.
hold on a second. This is news
You don't
to me.
even know that.
I'm
only buying the younger ones.
Okay, how many kids is that?
There's still 8 or 7.
Oh, no. How many of your kids are buying their own gifts?
Oh, 3.
Oh, okay.
So there's 3 of them. We're getting there.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So one day they'll all buy each other gifts in exchange.
Okay, because I thought this was going to happen forever, and we always buy them gifts. They'll be 40 years old, and they're coming.
Well, you're a parent. You're always going to buy your kids gifts.
I thought I thought you set up a tradition that I have to give them money to buy their sibling a gift.
The tradition is that they would exchange with each other. And get into used to giving gifts to each other.
I like that.
And I think that's probably how it's going to probably work since it's a big family. I don't see them all growing up and everybody buying each other presents. Maybe they will, but I don't know.
What's another tradition?
Seeing the lights going out. We go see the lights, the drive-throughs every Christmas, make cookies. There's a lot of things, and maybe that's why I get overwhelmed.
I think my traditions are probably more focused on Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
And so my tradition.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah. I kind of feel like since Christ is in Christmas, maybe it should be about him.
Oh, wow.
You know what I love though? I love the fact that our church, for now, as long as I can remember, does Christmas Eve services.
Yeah.
And we, as a family, go to Christmas. Like, we do that. Now, our family, pretty much all our family lives here. So one of your sisters lives here. And, her husband and son and my brother and his wife and my dad, your parents. So we all go to the same church. So we all come together and we go to church. And we really have set a precedence for our kids. Like, this is the story that matters. Right?
Yeah, this is the reason
we celebrate Jesus, and then we tear open gifts. Like, that's the kind of thing like it is. But I also love the fact that we honor Jesus by just thanking him for giving us the ability to do this, right? Because it really is, Jesus helps us. Like,
that's right.
It really is all about him. But I also think, like, my favorite traditions really always come back down to the fact of being together with family.
Family.
Right?
So holy so and beautiful. So family.
I know.
We're all just.
I mean, that's where you went. Okay. How do you make Christmas special with that many kids? That's a question.
How do we make it special
with that many kids? That's a good question. I don't even know if I have an answer to that. That's a lot of kids. You know that, right?
I do know it's a lot of children.
I feel like
when we're buying the presents, it's a lot.
That's a question here too.
There's like little things, like they all, like for the past couple years, they don't want their names on the gifts on Christmas morning. They want to they don't want to know whose is whose. And so for a while I was giving them all a reindeer name, and then I had to add in Santa because that would be 10. And I would put their reindeer name. Yeah, I would put.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I put their reindeer on the presents, and then I do a little game that they have to figure out what their reindeer name was.
Did they file a complaint and come to you and petition this?
I don't know what happened.
They actually said to you,
"We don't," because I try to think of traditions.
So they said to you,
I'm always trying to think of ways to make it special.
So they said to you, Mom, stop writing our names on it.
Actually,
give us reindeer names.
No, this year they actually did come to the department, and I was like, oh my gosh. And they all wanted separate wrapping paper. They all wanted their own wrapping paper. And I'm not allowed to tell them whose is whose. So when we wake up tomorrow morning to Christmas, there'll be all different wrapping paper. And then I'll have to, I have a way for them to figure out, like a little game to figure out whose is whose wrapping.
To find the wrapping paper.
Yeah. Wow. Then to get to the gifts. So those are kind of ways I try to make it special and, try to get to the point that it's not really about the gifts.
Right.
Because for a while we tried to do the 4 things where one of my clients, when I used to do hair,
I remember
she was
this.
like, you should do the 4 gifts. Cause I'm like, we
4
have
gifts.
5 kids.
I like
It
4
was
gifts.
a
4
lot.
gifts.
She's like, do the 4 gifts. This is what I do. And I said, what is that? She goes, something you like, something you need, something to wear, something to read.
I thought it was something used, something stolen.
No.
Something forgotten.
Something you like, something you need, something you wear, something you read, something like that. And I was like, that is excellent. Of course, when we brought it to the kids, they boycotted that. I don't even read books. I don't want anything. Yeah. Well, then when she was explaining it to me, she's like, like something you wear could be like a Disney bracelet. And I was like, what is happening right now? Wow. I'm trying to like afford Christmas. So that kind of.
Oh, you're talking about Disney bracelet that gets you into the park?
Yeah.
Oh my, wow. Yeah. How many kids did they have?
I don't even know.
2.
But I was like,
okay.
That is not, okay. This is defeating the purpose of the 4
Wow,
gifts.
that would be something what would that fall under?
Something you wear.
Oh, that's something you wear. It's not even one. Wow. Well, I think that the answer to that question really is coming back down to is the way that we make Christmas special for a family of 10 is different than someone with less kids.
Right.
Right? Because it's just everything's kind of drawn out. It's longer.
Yes.
It's more of a process.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, I think like our little kids, which typically get up early, they come up and they're getting up early. And then the older kids, the teenagers and the ones in their early 20s, they sleep until God knows how long. And so we got to wake them up.
Got to wake them up.
Right?
Get them down, which is great. It's fun.
But I think for the most part, what I would say is if you're a parent and you are like, you're like, you want to make traditions, you start when they're small and you stay consistent. And eventually they come to love the tradition. Like, that's what I found.
Very true.
Some things that we've done, like, it wasn't that the kids were like, we want to do this. It's like, you're great at this, by the way, at just setting traditions. And then the kids now, if you ever deviate from it, God forbid, it's the end of the world.
That's right. That's right. They do say, no, we have to do this.
Right.
But actually this year I got released a little bit of that.
Okay.
And it was just like,
Jesus
listen,
released you?
a mom on Instagram.
Oh, some random woman released you.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you, random woman.
She was just saying, we have our traditions, we have the things we do, but if it doesn't happen this year, it's okay. And I was like, you know what?
Wow, thank you, random woman.
No, if I don't get the matching PJs this year, we're going to all live.
My wife got a free sozo. She got a counseling session.
So it was great.
Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting because I think like many times as parents, we can kind of make this a bigger production than it needs to be.
Right. Getting back, society can easily overwhelm us with all the things and
especially Instagram. Like, sometimes there's things on there you're like, oh, I should be doing that.
Exactly.
Right.
But then you get back, make the main thing the main thing.
Main thing, which
Jesus,
is what?
Jesus.
Oh, it's Jesus now. Okay, good.
And
that's right.
Letting our kids know so that when they get older, it's not about the matching PJs.
All right. What are some things that make Christmas feel more like Christmas? Somebody asked us that question. Do you understand that question?
That makes Christmas feel more like Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, obviously decor.
Okay, this is what I was waiting for.
If you don't decorate, it's not going to feel like
This
Christmas.
is a good question. Now, if we had thousands and thousands of followers, we could say, put your answer in the chat or all that kind of nice things. But my question is, and I know the answer to this, but do you decorate before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving? Which one do you do?
You do whatever your heart
desires. No, it's not choose your own.
Yes, it is true.
It's not my
Every
truth.
year,
Come
I don't
on.
have a set date. It's whatever I'm feeling that year. If I feel right after Thanksgiving, go for it.
Okay.
I feel December, I'm doing it.
Well, that's not
if
true.
We're busy,
Those of
I'll
you
do it
listening,
whatever.
that's not true. Back in the day,
that was back in the day. See, you do whatever.
Okay,
I changed.
Now, back in the day, we didn't even touch the Christmas decor until after Thanksgiving.
I know.
And it was like Black Friday after Thanksgiving, go get the stuff.
That's true.
Now,
2020
that bad boy had, was it 2020?
Yes.
That bad boy has.
And all bets were off.
It has over. So it's so funny you say Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday, but it feels like Christmas because you just start decorating for Christmas. We even fried the turkey. We didn't even get to turkey.
Thanksgiving and Christmas kind of are the same holiday meld into one.
Oh, see, that's not fair. You can't do that. So
Thanksgiving this. Christmas thanks. I don't know. We'll make a new one.
Wow. So so the question would be is what do you feel like is the appropriate time to decorate? Go.
Listen, I'm not hating on the people that decorate before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'm fall into that category sometimes, and sometimes I'm the one after.
All right, I'm gonna make a revelation here live on wherever you're watching this. I actually like the Christmas decoration before Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
I put that out there. I feel free now.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You're letting let the viewers know.
Yeah, I say leave the tree up. He makes me feel happy. I love him. We got a flock.
Well,
we got a flock tree, and I like the flock tree. If you don't know what
beautiful.
that,
I have an all white tree.
Yeah, it twinkles.
All
it's
white
nice.
ornaments.
Okay, let's move on because we're making this too long. We got. Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Santa or no Santa?
Okay, well, now listen, we don't have, this podcast isn't long enough for this bad boy. I am very much like, I get in trouble at church when I talk. I'm not about talking about Santa Claus. Like, like I always feel like if you take Santa Claus's letters, they spell Satan.
Oh my gosh.
Satan's cause. No, I'm kidding. I don't get that. No, listen, here's the deal. It's a real practical step for me. Some fictitious dude. Now I know there was real. I know there was a real guy, and I'll celebrate that guy. What a great guy! But you're not going to give credit to some overweight man that comes down a little tiny chimney. He's
a jolly old elf.
Well, whatever it is, he is not getting credit for all. Did your bell
stop ringing?
He's not getting credit for all the stuff that I had to pay for. Okay, and you had to rap. So that's why I'm like, kids, listen. There is no Santa Claus.
Peyton, there is a Santa.
No,
he lives in our
hearts. And here's the other thing. A friend of, I'm gonna get real serious now. A friend of mine, he told me his story how his parents used to tell him there was a Santa Claus, and then they told him about Jesus.
That is not a true story.
This is a true story, and he knows who he is. If he's listening, he knows. And
seriously.
And Jeremy told me that at that point, when he got older, he was like, if you lied about Santa Claus, did you lie about Jesus? Right, and that hit me, and I was like, I can't put Jesus and Santa Claus in the same sentence.
It's true.
So Santa might be
not equal. Definitely not equal.
He could hang out in the mall, but he ain't coming to my house.
Like I saw a shirt this year that says Mama Claus, and that's how I feel. I'm Mama Claus.
Okay,
I take on Santa Claus.
It's not Santa. He ain't getting the credit.
He's real.
So I've said it. I've said it during a sermon. People, little Jimmy's ears. I'm like, I'm sorry, little Jimmy. You should have been in kids' church. Okay, anyway, last question because we got to go open gifts.
We got to wrap this
go to
up.
church.
It's Christmas time.
How do you pay for this? Okay.
This is where miracles happen.
How much time do we have, Ashley? Are we almost done? How much? 7? Okay. We're going to just get this done real quick.
No, seriously. This is all where we see lots and lots of miracles.
Miracles. Yeah, let's be honest. I don't know.
Yeah, it just comes together every year.
This is for those of you that believe in Jesus that are listening to this, which is hopefully everyone. But if you don't, we are obviously big fans of Jesus. We're ministry full time, and we 100% believe that God provides because we see it every year.
Every year,
there is no way in the world, logically, on paper or even off of paper, that we can afford to raise 10 kids the way that they are raised, because they are blessed and we are blessed and they have gifts and we are able to do that. But every year God provides miraculously. He really does, doesn't he?
So true. It's so true. Every year I'm like just blown away that, wow, God, you did it again.
Yeah.
Where we were like, how are we going to do this? Yeah. September comes around. We're like, I don't know how this is going to all work out. And then miraculously, here we are on Christmas Eve and there's gifts under the tree and kids are going to be happy.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it reminds me of how much God loves to bless his kids. Like it's funny because every time I think like, how are we able to do this? And then I think, well, it's because of the Lord. Like I make sure to tell my kids that. Like, before you open up all these gifts, everybody sit down. Mom and dad really can't afford to do this. So I want to thank you every time you open. No, I don't say that. I just say, listen, God provides for us. Family of 10. Yep. You kids are very blessed because they really are. I mean, realistically, they should be getting one gift and an orange, right? Or something like that. Maybe a sack of coal. I don't know.
I don't know what I want to know about the orange tradition. I just heard about this like a couple of years ago.
Oranges are sweet. So anyway, all that to say, when people ask us that question, I don't know how you can afford to do this. The answer is we don't either. We just know it's the Lord.
Yep.
and he provides for us, and we are richly blessed. And it's so funny because he does it in weird, miraculous ways.
Yes.
Like every year, right?
Yep, every year. It's never the same, and it's always different. And
like somebody will randomly give us money, and it's like just in time to buy some gifts.
Yep.
Or we'll get a bonus, or we'll something that we go, there it is, and it's just, it really causes us to be dependent on the Lord, but also it reminds us. I know it reminds me that God has provided for us, and he cares about even the details of gifts.
Yep.
Because gifts are extra, right?
Yep.
And so I really enjoy, we both love giving gifts. We love it.
Oh, yeah.
We love blessing our kids.
Yep.
If we could, maybe it's good because we'd probably spoil our kids.
That's true. They probably would be spoiled.
Or maybe one day they'll spoil us. Hint, hint.
Out of 10, one of them should be a millionaire.
Right, Mom, Dad, come on outside. And then we see a Lexus with a big red bow on it. One day.
I want to know somebody that actually have. Actually, I can say this because they won't hear this, but I got one of the kids, little Marcus, a little car for Christmas, like a little ride-on thing
plastic.
outside.
Make sure they know that it's plastic.
Off of Marketplace. So, But I'm going to put a big red bow on that, and I'm going to be like, there you go. We can recreate the Lexus commercial with Tyke toys.
Here's your plastic car. Enjoy. Okay. Anything else? Peyton, any questions while you're here? One of our kids is here. This is is she our fourth? Fourth.
She's your fourth.
Okay, I knew that. Peyton, any questions about Christmas? Who's our favorite child?
Our favorite child.
Well, of course, it's Peyton Annalie Rampula.
We are like Jesus. We love all our children.
We love we love them all the same. Who is our favorite child? Do you really ask that question?
They ask us this question all the time.
Who do you think? Who do you think, Peyton?
Aiden or Marcus.
Oh, it's always the boys.
Boys.
It's always the 8 girls always throw out the boy. Peyton or Marcus, the oldest or the youngest? Is it true, LeeAnn?
It is not true.
No.
They think Aiden is the favorite because his name is used in a lot of my passwords.
Oh, well, yeah.
Now
Thanks. I'm glad you said that out loud, LeeAnn. Wow.
Now I got to change all my passwords.
Well, let me just say this. Here's the deal. Mom does a really, really good job. I think you do a good job. We try, and I try to help you with this, to make sure that everybody feels the same blessed at Christmas time.
I really do. I try to make it all equal. It's hard to make it equal.
Right, because there's not, some of these gifts, they may be small, but they're expensive.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. So we try the best because you're all our favorite.
You're all our
Peyton and
favorite.
Annalie. You're
all our favorite. What is she saying?
She wants a dog, but you will not be getting a dog.
Okay, she
We
wants
are
a
an
wiener. Okay, we're gonna have to
animal family.
Let's end this podcast today. We are so thankful for you checking out this little bonus episode. We are excited. We got some really good things lined up for February, but we just wanted to come because we love Christmas and we loved hanging out. We missed you, and we love talking about these things. And if you have any other questions, put them in the chat, put them in the comments, put them in the
topics you want us to talk about next
topics.
season.
That's right.
That'd be
Make sure
great.
you follow, hit that bell on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it?
What
like,
other?
Oh, the kids can do it.
What other the kids? What other they do?
Sure, smash that like
Smash
button.
that. There you go, man. You getting it, girl. Okay. We're going to bless you, and then we're going to go and enjoy Christmas Eve with our family.
Guys, enjoy your families. That's really what it's all about. Just enjoying Jesus and family.
Yeah, we pray this blessing every Sunday as we release the people. I'm going to bless you today, a little different than our normal 10 and 2.
Love it.
But may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. May the strength of God go with you. May the wisdom of God instruct you. May the hand of God protect you. May the word of God direct you. And may you be sealed in Christ this day and forevermore. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to our channel. Wait, is this YouTube? 10 and 2. 10 kids, 2 parents.
The fans want to know.
The fans want to know, but the fans ain't getting.